everyone, and welcome back to the Career Corner. I'm your host, Ariana, and I'm here to help you slay those career monsters and take charge of your future. It's officially spooky season, so obviously I had to come out with a special Halloween episode, and obviously I had to come in costume. I'm dressed as a minion, if you couldn't tell. I did lose my goggles though, and I guess, that's like a huge part of the costume, but this is all I could come up with, guys, so I hope you can tell that I'm a minion. I'm not just any minion, though. I'm a bling minion. So, it's officially spooky season, and while everyone's talking about ghosts and haunted houses, I'm here to talk about overcoming career fears. We all have that little voice in our head that says, what if we're not enough? What if this career path isn't even for me? So in this episode, I'm just going to be talking about that little voice in our head and how we can basically overcome it. So thank you so much for tuning into the second episode, and I really hope you are liking this podcast so far. So without further ado, let's get into it. So let's get into the first monster and the biggest one that students are facing, the fear of the unknown. Now, beware, guys, since this is a Halloween episode and Halloween is my favorite holiday/season, there's going to be a lot of Halloween puns in this episode. So please don't be cringed out. Okay. Maybe you're not sure what to major in, or you don't even know if this career path that you're taking is the right fit for you. That is totally normal. We have all been there, or we're all currently facing it. You don't have to have your future mapped out to the T. I promise. I have definitely been there before. Applying to colleges and coming to this college, I was super, super unsure of my degree. But I kind of just went into it. You kind of just have to take the leap of faith. And I'm so glad I did, because then I found my love for marketing. I love marketing, digital marketing. And I'm so glad that I went through with this direction. So I want you to think of your career journey like wandering through a very dark forest. At first, it's really foggy and you can't see the end of the path. But with every step, which is every internship, every interview, every job, is closer to the end of the path. And the path does get clearer. Here at the Career Connection Center, I want you to think of us as your tools, your flashlight, maybe a lantern, or maybe some food while you're wandering through this dark forest. We offer career assessments here where we can help you discover your strengths and maybe your weaknesses, and help you figure out which career path is the right fit for you. So our career advisors can walk you through the options and match who you are and which career path fits you and your lifestyle. All of our career consultants here are super, super nice. They're really helpful and they're very relatable. So definitely don't hesitate to make an appointment here to do those career assessments. You definitely will not regret it. The key is you want to explore new things and you want to try out new things. You want to volunteer, shadow professionals. You just never know what opportunities might appear once you take that first brave step into the unknown. And we can definitely help you with that. Next up is the monster that we all dread and we all have faced or is currently facing: rejection. Whether it's getting ghosted, or after an application, or hearing a polite, we've decided to move forward with another candidate, rejection can sting. It feels super personal, but I promise you it's not. Rejection is such a natural part of the job process. We all have been there. We all have faced it. And even the most successful professionals have faced it. They have, and they probably have more times than what you think. I like to think of it as each no is a step closer to the yes. Every rejection is just closer to you finding your success. So don't see rejection as a failure. Instead, think of it as a redirection, guiding you to the right opportunity. And if the opportunities break you in a cold sweat, don't worry, we've got you covered. Here at the Career Connection Center, we also offer mock interviews if you did not know. So if you're really nervous about going into that job interview, you don't know what to say, you don't know how to quite answer the questions, definitely make an appointment here for a mock interview. They are super helpful, and our career consultants here can give you the right advice on how to exactly nail the question. And the best way to defeat rejection is to face it head on. Okay, so next I want to go into our spooky little segment called Career Nightmares. I had people anonymously submit some career horror stories that they have faced during their career path so that we can all bond together and see that, we're all just going through the same thing and we're all just humans at the end of the day. So I have here, let me put this down. I have here a little basket full of all the career horror stories that I'm going to read off today so that you can see that you are not alone in this. Okay, I'm going to pick this one. Oh, this is a good one. I once worked for a dentist and had to autoclave, I think that's how you pronounce it, sterilize the instruments after each procedure. The autoclave had a feature that immediately shut off the pressure after a certain time, and all I had to do was set it. I put the instruments in the autoclave and then left for the day, but that evening, I didn't remember if I set the timer or not. I was now panicking, thinking that my lack of attention was going to make the autoclave explode, and therefore destroy the dentist office, and perhaps the neighboring buildings. So I called the dentist at 11 p.m. that night to check on the autoclave. Lo and behold, I set it, and there's an automatic switch that would have stopped it from exploding anyhow. Now every time I feel anxious about something, my husband just says, relax, it's not like it's an autoclave. OMG, that is so funny. It's definitely happened to me where I think I have done something and then I have to double check like in the middle of the night, and turns out I did do it. Like, I'm pretty sure we have all been there. So let's read off another one. Oh, I'm gonna read off this one. Okay. I got accepted a job offer in college to work as a medical transcriptionist at a mental health hospital. I did not ask about the work environment during my interview, so my first day on the job was scary. They had an armed hospital guard escort me to my office, which was a little closet in the back of the ward. How lovely. He had to unlock the door, let me in, and then lock me in. I stayed in there for 4 hours every day typing doctor's notes. I got paid really good, but every time I needed to leave the office for a break or at the end of the shift, I had to call the guard to let me out. We became friends, but it was a little scary. So remind students to ask about the work environment prior to accepting the job. Yeah, that's definitely a big one. You definitely want to know where you're working in, what you're working at. One question that I always ask at the end of Sorry, my mic keeps turning off. Anyway, as I was saying, a question that I always like to ask at the end of interviews is, what does my day-to-day look like? And what does my work environment look like? And they should be able to tell you exactly what you expect. And from there, you can definitely decide if that job's the right fit for you or not. Okay, I need a water break. I just want to say I caved and I bought my first Stanley. I just wanted to say that. Also, last episode, I said that I wanted like cold weather. It's kind of breezy today, guys. And I'm loving it. I wore my Uggs today. And I also, besides my mini costume, I wore my Uggs and like a cute sweater. And I love it. I love that we're officially in fall. It's a little late, I'll admit. But I love the cold weather. And I'm not complaining. Stop. Okay, let's read another one. Let's see. At a former university I used to work at, we would ask random throwaway questions during interviews. If you were an animal, what would you be and why? That sounds simple enough. Right. Okay. A student answered the question with, I would be a sloth because no one dislikes sloths. Oh, wow. That's actually really sad. Anyway, yeah. So you definitely want to be prepared for crazy questions like that. Again, you can be prepared if you make an appointment with your career consultant for a mock interview, because employers will throw out, as we just seen, crazy questions like that. So let's read this one next because it's open and it's calling my name. When I interviewed for a job, they first asked me to describe myself. I told them so many personal things, including how many siblings I had, what hobbies I did on my free time, what I studied in college, and even what clubs I was in, when really they just wanted to know why my recent experience was relevant to the job opening. During an interview, employers want to know how your background, personality, and skills align with the company. Yeah, so you definitely don't want to give them your full life story. That has definitely happened to me once though before. That question always stumps me, and I'm pretty sure it stumps everybody else. Tell me about yourself. That is just, yeah, I've definitely have gone overboard. I've told employers like my favorite color, like where I love to eat. So they're definitely not asking about that. I'm pretty sure they are interested, but during the interview they're not. They definitely just want to know why your experience is relevant to the job you've applied to. So don't worry, we've all been there. I know we have. Okay, this is gonna be my last one. Oh. While working at Dairy Queen, I was tasked to clean the soft serve ice cream machine. There were so many parts and pieces to it that I became overwhelmed. So instead, I completed the task. So instead of completing the task, I just never returned to Dairy Queen and found another job instead. Simple enough. She just didn't want to do it. No, it's definitely okay to ask questions at your job. Definitely don't be afraid to ask questions. You know, when I first started working here as the career ambassador, I kind of just threw myself in, and I never ever asked questions because I just didn't want them to think I wasn't capable enough. But that's definitely not the case. You can ask as many questions as you like, because at the end of the day, you're just educating yourself on your own job, and you just want to be, well, I'm pretty sure everyone agrees with me, you kind of just want to be your best at your job. So don't be afraid to ask questions. Let me put all these back in here. And that concludes my little spooky segment, Career Nightmares. I'm pretty sure we've all been there. We've all have definitely can relate to these little career nightmare stories. So thank you for submitting those. But let's get into our next monster. So our next monster that we're going to get into is the fear of change. This monster sneaks up when you start to question your career path. Maybe you're thinking about switching majors, changing jobs, or exploring something totally new, and that is okay. It's definitely okay to try new things in life. But it can also be very terrifying. So here's the thing. Change means growth. You're not the same person you were 5, 10, 3 years ago, especially when you first started college, and that is a good thing. It means you've grown in personality, you've grown into yourself, you've grown into your own person. So it's okay about change. It's okay to pivot, it's okay to outgrow certain interests and hobbies. That is how you evolve with your culture, with society. So imposter syndrome can make you feel like you don't belong, but trust me, you do. Wherever you are in your life, at your job, at a school, in a class, you definitely belong. You've worked hard to get where you are, and you're capable of adapting and thriving. So don't let fear keep you in one place. Talk to us at the Career Connection Center. We can help you plan your next steps, whether that's exploring new options, applying for internships, or preparing for grad school, which is super scary. I have noticed that. I've been looking into grad school here at TW, and I'm just very, very overwhelmed with all the things you kind of have to do for it. But I've been getting help here at the Career Connection Center, so definitely don't hesitate to make an appointment, because you do not have to face that monster alone. So this concludes our spooky Halloween special episode. I just want to do something short, something that we can definitely all relate to, which is just that little voice in our head that tells us that we're not good enough. So as you head into the spooky season, I want you to remember this. The scariest monster you'll ever face isn't rejection or change or uncertainty. It's doubt. But once you shine a light on it, it's not so scary after all. If you ever need help conquering your career fears, please do not hesitate to make an appointment here at the Career Connection Center. We love to help absolutely everyone and anyone. So check out our website and Handshake to make an appointment or to see any upcoming events that can help you conquer imposter syndrome or help you with your resume or even how to dress for the interview or for the job. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to this Halloween special of the Career Corner. Let me know what you're going to be for Halloween. I'm obviously a minion. So comment down below or let us know in our Instagram. Go on Instagram and follow us. DM us what you're going to be for Halloween. And until next time, keep chasing your goals and don't be scared to overcome those career fairs. Thank you so much.